Hello and welcome to this month's product updates video. And today I'm joined by a highly decorated industry leader, three-time winner of the NAP Olympics, recipient of the coveted World Zoomies Championship Cup, and recognized thought leader in treat acquisition, our Chief Doggy Officer, Pasta. Okay, we've got 3 updates this month and they're good ones, so let's just get into it. Have your gated content ever made you feel like you're choosing between 2 bad options? Either gate it and kill the experience or leave it open and learn nothing? Yeah, there's nothing good in either of them. Because here's what actually happens, right? You gate early by putting the form right at the start and people bounce before they've even seen anything worth giving their email up for. Or you leave it ungated, get all the traffic and end up with zero idea of who all of those people were or what they even cared about. So there's no good version of this. You're either annoying people or flying blind. Progressive gating is built around a pretty simple idea. The ask should match the moment. So if someone just landed on your page for the first time, asking for their phone number might be a bit too much. But if they've read through 3 sections and are clearly engaged, an email feels like a reasonable ask. But if they've come back a second time, now you can maybe ask for a little bit more, right? And if they want to download the asset, that's worth a phone number. The form grows with the relationship. Each ask comes after the value, not before it. So it never feels like a toll booth. So what you end up with is a lead profile that fills itself over time. Pretty neat, huh? Tough crowd. Have you ever had reps freeze on the call? Happens all the time. They know the product, they've done the training, but it still happens, right? And the problem is sales training has a retention problem. You build out a course, reps go through it, they read the doc, they watch the video, and then they get on a roll call and freeze on the first objection because reading about handling pressure and actually being under pressure are 2 completely different experiences. So what we did was we changed how the learning works. Hey Sales courses now bring together documents, podcasts, and live AI simulations in a single learning flow. So what that means is a rep learns the concept first, they read it, they hear it explained, and then before they move on, they go up against an AI buyer running real objections. So this is an actual test, a live back and forth where they have to respond in the moment. So if they fumble it, they can try again. It's low stakes and high repetition. So that by the time they're on an actual call, they've already been through the scenario multiple times. And that way, the muscle memory is built. You know how prospects finally get around to looking at everything you sent them, the deck, the case studies, all of it, and something clicks and they want to talk? Well, that moment doesn't last very long because buying intent has a half-life, right? The moment a prospect decides that they want to talk to someone, that window is maybe 30 seconds. They're in between meetings. They're mid-scroll on their phone. And if acting on that impulse requires any effort at all, they're going to close the tab and tell themselves that they'll follow up later. And later never comes. You know this. Contact cards, make sure that 30-second window doesn't go to waste. Your photo, your name, your title, your email, your phone number, your LinkedIn profile, all of it's visible to your prospect while they're warm. Not in a follow-up email that they have to go find, but right here. So that when they're ready to reach out, your collection just became a one-person sales floor. And the rep is always in the room. That's all for today, folks. And Pasta, thank you for your continued support. We'll see you in the next one.